In this video, I'll be sharing with you my feminine manifestation secrets that will help you exude femininity so you can magnetize your desires to you in a way that feels good and truly you. Let's jump right into it. The first thing that I want to mention to you as a huge secret is that you must prioritize changing your inner world first before you work on changing your external actions and habits. Just imagine yourself in a hot air balloon and you're pumping and pumping and pumping hot air. There's a lever in the balloon and you're just pumping, pumping, pumping hot air so it can go up. And when it goes up, you'll get to your desires and your dream reality. But what happens is that the more you pump, you get more tired and you're just constantly pumping, but it never seems to go up. And you're just wondering why. Why won't it go up? All of this blazing hot air is being pumped up into the balloon right now. Why is it not going up? But you don't realize that attached to your hot air balloon are heavy sandbags at the bottom. These sandbags are holding you down and not letting you get to your dream life and not letting your hot air balloon go up. And these sandbags are the limiting beliefs you've been carrying about yourself, your insecurities, your negative assumptions, your negative past patterns, which you need to first let go of, heal, and change so you can finally cut off those sandbags and get to your desire and get to the new version of you that has your desires and is just living a really, really good life. Your external actions are so powerful when you combine them with the right inner mindset, the right inner beliefs. And I'm going to be showing you how you can do this right now. So how do you cut off those sandbags that are sabotaging you? Let's say you've tried a new habit out, you want to try something out new, you want to start going to the gym, you want to start studying more often, more consistently, so you can get to your desire, right? You can get to your goal, right? But you just quit. You self-sabotage yourself. For some reason, when you try to do that new habit, when you try to do that new action, you just quit. Something goes wrong and you just stop doing it. And the reason is because your brain was used to the past version of you. This is so important. Your brain has an identity of how it sees you. You see yourself through a particular identity and through a particular lens. And this is so important. And this identity is what determines your outer reality. Because you're going to act in ways that confirms this identity of yours, this reality of yours. Let's say when you were younger, you've always been told that you're not good at studying and you're always going to get bad grades. So you form the belief after trying a couple of tests and getting a really bad grade and having all the people around you tell you you're hopeless, you can't get good grades. Let's say you form the belief that, okay, I am a poor student. I'm not good at this. And I can never, ever get good grades. When you form that belief, you're going to act in ways that make it true. Subconsciously, your brain is going to make you not want to study. Subconsciously, you're just going to attract bad luck. Subconsciously, all of these things are going to happen because of simply what you believe about yourself, about how you see yourself. A top student sees himself as a top student, and they study consistently every single day because they know they're a top student. Even if some failures occur, they just brush it off because they know that they're a good student. But a poor student, when they get a bad grade, when they screw something up, they see themselves as, okay, well, this is my daily life. I always get bad grades. They think it's normal. And to illustrate this further, let's say that you want to change. Let's say the poor student wants to change and wants to become a top student. Their brain is so used to believing that they're a bad student that even if they have the desire to change and become better, their brain resists it because your brain doesn't want to give you your desires. Your brain wants to keep you in a state of comfort and security around your identity. So this bad student, they want to change, but they can't because their brain is going to self-sabotage them and prevent them from becoming the person who has that desire. From sabotages their habits, sabotages being consistent. That's why the root thing you need to tackle, is first change your identity and change your inner world first before trying to implement habits in your life that will create the desire that you want. So how would this student go about changing their identity so they can become the best student ever? And I'm using students as an example because I was a terrible student. I was like so lazy, so undisciplined. I was a really, really bad student. But after I found out about identity work and started to shift my beliefs, I'm not in school anymore, but this is what I did in the past. I became a really good top student and I got the best grades in my entire school and my class. I'm going to be showing you, like with this example, how you can do it too. So how would the top student change? How would the bad student change? First of all, what they should do is rewrite their identity and the way they see themselves. And how you do this is basically you think to yourself, what desire do I want? Like, what desire do I really, really want? What is the ideal lifestyle that I want? And then think to yourself, what kind of person would have that desire? What kind of person would have that desire in their life already and see it as normal and see it as like a casual everyday thing? And then you get out a notebook and you write all of that down. You write all the traits describing the person that has your desire already. And I have a worksheet, first link in the description box below if you want to follow along with this, making a new identity for yourself and finally seeing a change in your reality. So click the first link in the description if you want to follow along with this worksheet. It's completely free and you can download it. It's in a PDF form. Alright, let's get back into the video. So what they would do is basically get really clear on who their ideal identity is, who their ideal person that they have to become is. And then what they do is that they start embodying that identity once they get clear on who it is in their day-to-day life. What does it look like to embody an identity? Basically, you do as much things that they do in your day-to-day life. You act as if you already are them. You act and pretend that you already are them, and just like use the law of assumption and really see yourself and act as if, see the world through the lens of being that person already. Do the same habits that they do, feel the same emotions that they do, copy their routine, etc., etc. And we go really in depth on this in my Mindset and Habits Masterclass. If you want to check it out, it's like a full guide to changing your identity, changing your habits and your lifestyle to align with your dream reality. So check it out if you're interested. And let's continue. When you're embodying this new identity of yours, you're going to get triggers that will put you back in that old mindset, that old version of you, that old pattern of you that you want to overcome. And this is where most people, they quit. This is where most people, they quit their new identity, they quit trying to change their life, and they just go back and stick to their old identity. Like if a woman really, really wants to go and be consistent with the gym and work out and feel good about herself and get her ideal body, she's going to start putting in the work to embody her new identity of being a fit, active person. She's going to go to the gym every day. She's going to do her best. But let's say one day she looks into the mirror and she feels extremely insecure about the way she looks. She looks into the mirror and she thinks, oh no, I can't change. This is hopeless. Why do I look like this? Oh my God, I can't do this. I'm not worth it. I don't know if I can do it. And then, due to that limiting belief, due to that insecurity and all that negative associations she has, all those negative feelings, she is gonna go back to her old identity. Because changing your identity requires mental discipline and requires will. But when you're feeling like all these negative emotions, your brain just wants to feel comforted. Your brain doesn't want to change. Your brain just wants to feel safe. She's going to go back to her old identity and her old habits, because that's where she feels most comfortable and safe when she's in the state of distress from these negative emotions. This is the part where most people quit, and that's why most people can't change or be consistent with their habits. And I really want you to understand that it's normal. It's a normal part of the identity shifting process to have these negative situations pop up in your life that make you feel like you're not good enough, that make you feel insecure, that make you feel like your old self. And that's why you need the tools, you need to understand and be aware of this and heal it and let it go so you can continue embodying your new identity and continue going towards and making progress towards your ideal life. This is so important, and it just wastes so much time. Getting triggered, going back to old identity, wanting to change again, coming back again. Oh my God. So yeah, the triggers are a huge part of the process. It's normal. Don't worry about it. Everyone goes through them. Yes, so that's basically a brief overview on how you can change your identity and break free from those sandbags that are holding your hot air balloon down. Let's go into the second secret that I have for you. The second secret I have for you is to embrace your sensuality and create like a aura, a theme, a flavor for your life. Have you ever met someone that's just so radiant, so special, that just being in their presence, it seems like they're part of like a story. They're like a character from a story. They're just so radiant, and their entire life seems to tell like a special story. If you've ever met someone radiant like that, and like basically you just see their life and you're like, wow, their life is just so incredible and so magical. That's where we're gonna want to be. Because as a feminine woman, your sensuality, your radiance, your life force, that is what is so magnetizing to your desires, to your dream reality. That's what's gonna make you feel so good. And when you feel good, you're going to attract more things that make you feel good. And I think it's so important as a feminine woman. Like, if you're a feminine woman, it's so important to embrace your sensuality so you can truly feel whole and good about yourself and just feel good in your own body and in your own life. Because when we push the sensuality away, that's when, instead of connecting with our inner radiance, that's when we seek outwards for stuff to fill our void, because we can't give that to us. It can be like an addiction, it can be like bad habits, it can be like coping mechanisms, all those things. And I remember one of the most radiant people that I saw, like these people, you can't forget them. Their energy is just so unique and special that you just can't forget them and you think about them. Like, I remember one day I was in like school so long ago with this girl in my gym class, and she just exuded femininity. She always wore pink. She had this like super feminine mannerism to her. She was like elegant. She was just so wow. I was just like so magnetized because of how much she exuded feminine energy, and like it was just I can't even put it into words. So when you find people like that in your life that you just can't forget, and you find so memorable, and not even in like a romantic way. You just admire something within them, which you have yourself, but you have to bring out more. They reflect something that you have within you that you can bring out and bring to fruition even more. And that's going to make you so much more happier and feel so much more good. What does this look like? I will show you what this is like. So basically, you need to start romanticizing your life and creating flavor to it. That's like the best word I have. Is your life going to be sweet? Is your life going to be spicy? What's your life going to be like? Are you really interested in like a cutesy aesthetic, or do you love like a more girl boss, black aesthetic? What kind of aesthetic do you want for your life? Does your life exude warmth? Does your presence exude warmth and sensuality? Or does it exude intelligence and all those things? What kind of aesthetic do you want for your life? What kind of person do you want to be? Like, personally, for me, I love having pink decorations in my house. I've only realized this recently. And the more and more I connect to my femininity, love having like so many feminine decorations and accessories and wearing dainty jewelry. I love doing all those things because it makes me feel good about my life, and it makes me feel like I'm a character in a story, like living a good life. And I would totally recommend doing that for your own life too. Like, I like candles as part of my night routine, and it just makes me feel so sensual and good. I like to brush my hair. I like to put on face masks. It makes me feel like I'm the main character. Do things that make you feel like you're in a story, you're a character that you love. Just have your own life tell a story. That's the best way I can explain it. Like, what kind of story do you want to exude to other people? Like, when other people look at you, they're gonna see the story. And what kind of story do you want to feel like you're living in right now? Do things, little things, like habits that make you feel that way. This is like such a huge part of feminine energy, because I read about a survey online about, it was asking women what they would do if there was no men on earth. And basically the women were like, oh, I would dance, I would go out, I would just like dress freely, I would wear whatever I want, I would go out in the night time alone, and I would dance and like do all of these things. And these women were just like expressing themselves so freely, like I would do all these things if there were no men in the world. And then the same question was asked to men, like, what would you do if there was no woman in the world? And most of the men that answered, they said that they wouldn't want to be living in this world anymore, because of, like, that feminine energy is life force, radiant energy. Your magnetic main character story, like loving radiance energy, is just so powerful and so magnetizing. And your life is going to feel so much more happier if you cultivate that within you even more. Okay, yes, so yeah, that was like a really random survey, but I found it so interesting about how important feminine energy is, and like just being sensual and being slow and just romanticizing your life and making it fun, because the masculine is all about protection, about grinding, about getting things done, about working. Femininity is like slowing down, enjoying your life. And I think that's so, so important to cultivate as a part of your routine. So the tip I would have for you is to basically do a habit that makes you feel super good about yourself. Like, makes you feel radiant, makes you feel like you're a character, makes you feel good. Like, maybe it's lighting candles before you sleep. Maybe it's going on a walk in the morning and just breathing in nature. Maybe it's cooking, maybe it's starting a new hobby, dancing, singing. What brings you back to yourself and makes you feel so feminine? And there's no one size fits all. Maybe woodworking makes you feel really feminine. Maybe sculpture makes you feel feminine. Maybe hip hop dancing. Maybe, I don't know, like anything. Whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel like so much full of love and like you're the main character of your life, like do that. Do that, okay? It can be anything. Anyways, yes, so now let's get on to the last secret that I have for you. This is a crucial feminine manifestation secret. And this is always, always, always being secure in your self-worth when manifesting. Whenever we manifest, we need to have a secure inner world first. We can't manifest out of a lack. Like, for example, you can't manifest luxury items to make you feel fulfilled, to make you feel good enough and worthy of love. If you want to feel worthy of love, first manifest feeling worthy of love and treat yourself very lovingly, treat yourself very good. Because when you're trying to manifest external desires to fulfill an internal void that you have within you, most of the time it's not going to end up well. And you're not going to end up manifesting it because you're in the state of lack, you're in the state of neediness. You're going to be very, very needy and want that desire really desperately, because without it, you can't fill that void within you. But you can. You can do it yourself. And I know sometimes it's easier to just focus on manifesting that external desire, but do the one that might not be as cool as your external desire. Like, if you want a relationship, ask yourself, do I want it because I want it to rescue me? Do I want it to save me? Do I want it to fulfill a void within me? If so, then you won't be able to truly manifest a healthy, secure relationship. Because if by some chance you do manifest it, you're going to be very needy, very, very attached, and it's not going to end up well. Because lack and neediness always repels. When you feel needy and lack, that is always going to repel. But when you feel secure, when you feel good enough, when you feel worthy and loved, when to the point where that desire is a bonus in your life, not like the, what do you call it, the main focus of your life, that's when your desire will be magnetized to you. Because think about it. Maybe you reached a point, maybe there was some moment in your life where you were so needy and desperate for something. Maybe you were so needy for that job promotion. Maybe you were so needy for that person. Did it work out? Did it work out when you were needy? No, it does not. It always repels. Most of the time, it always repels. So, first, develop your self-worth first. And also, when you take your self-worth out of that desire, it's actually detachment. That's what true detachment is in a nutshell. When you basically just take your self-worth out of that desire and you're not placing your own importance on that desire. Yes, so those are the most feminine manifestation secrets that I have for you. Thank you for watching. Bye.